Hello, welcome to News Now on TV360. I am Fidelia Aguncha. More than 50 people have been killed and hundreds injured in a mass shooting at a Las Vegas concert. A gunman identified as Stephen Paddock, age 64, opened fire on some 22,000 people at the festival scene. The death toll in the Sunday attack makes it the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. In an address from the White House, President Donald Trump described the attack as pure evil, promising to visit the city on Wednesday. Police say they are yet to ascertain the motive of the shooter who took his own life after the attack. Police in Ondo State say they have arrested another Boko Haram terrorist in the southwestern state of Ondo State. This is the second time in less than a week a Boko Haram suspect will be apprehended in the state. According to the police public relations officer Femi Joseph, the suspect Basha was arrested in Akoko Southeast local government area of the state. He is number 165 on the Nigerian Army's wanted list. The U.S. government has announced $54 million aid in addition to humanitarian assistance to Nigeria, Cameroon, Chad, and 4 countries affected by the Boko Haram violence. U.S. Undersecretary for Political Affairs Thomas Shannon disclosed this at a symposium on Nigeria tagged Nigeria Challenges and Prospects for Advancing Durable Peace organized by the U.S. Institute of Peace, Washington, D.C. Shannon said the U.S. government's humanitarian assistance to the 4 countries totaled about $700 million since 2015. President Muhammadu Buhari has charged the armed forces to remain loyal to the nation in the face of agitation from various sections of the country. While addressing the frontline personnel in Maiduguri, President Buhari said loyalty was imperative to sustain the nation's peace and unity. He also expressed the nation's gratitude for the sacrifices being made by members of the armed forces. The president pledged the nation would not spare expenses in ensuring the welfare of military personnel, as well further enhancing their capacity. Senate President Bukola Saraki, his deputy Ike Ekweremadu, and former Senate President David Mark have appealed to Nigerians to work towards the unity and progress of the nation. In a goodwill message, Saraki urged Nigerians, irrespective of faith and tribe, to continue to work for peace, unity, and stability of the country. He also urged political, traditional, religious, and business leaders to close ranks and implement strategies that would further develop the country, as well as increase standard of living. Stakeholders in Nigeria's political orb have pledged support for the autonomy of local government from the state. According to them, autonomy will ensure the people at the grassroots enjoy the dividends of democracy to the fullest. They are advocating for a bill which will ensure this possible.
The purpose of local government autonomy should be to bring governance close to the grassroots, and for that governance to deliver services to the people. So, as we struggle for local government autonomy, we must also address the issues of leadership selection process in the local government, so that the greatest thug in a local government does not end up as the local government chairman.
Some of us, despite our positions, in level, find it difficult even to see governors. But at the grassroots, if anything happens, you can have access to maybe your councillor, the local government chairman. And there are issues. There are maybe a problem like we have a culvert that may need just about 100,000 or 200,000 to fix. You can't expect the governor to come all the way from the state capital and begin to fix these things. They'll have, all their own retinue of assignments. So the local government has a critical role to play for us to develop as a country, as a nation.
I'm not saying that we cannot find a way around it. We also need to take certain responsibilities away from the local government and put them elsewhere where we think they can be better handled.
Yeah.
Because if I was sitting in the House of Assembly and you tell me that you want to put the most important level of our education, which is basic education, in the hands of the weakest tier of government, that will scream.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that as we pursue this as a principle, we should also be mindful of some of these issues that are likely to stand in the way and make people, based on their experience, to say no.
The Nigerian government has reaffirmed its commitment to the economic diversification and industrialization program of the Niger Delta region. The Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Usani Uguru, gave the assurance while hosting the Presidential Economic Team for the Niger Delta region in Asaba. He assured the current administration plans to strengthen the various sectors of the economy by creating jobs in the Niger Delta region. According to him, there is no doubt of the government's commitment to genuinely diversify the region's economy for industrial development. As part of efforts to boost tourism in the state, the Lagos State government, in collaboration with the Nigerian brewers, is hosting the first ever Nigerian Beer Festival. The festival is part of a 6-day tourism event hosted at the Atlantic City waterfront in the southwestern states.
It's a celebratory atmosphere as Nigerians and other tourists gather at the Atlantic City waterfront in Nigeria's southwestern city of Lagos to participate in the Nigerian Beer Festival. The event, which is the first of its kind in the state, is organized in collaboration with local brewer Nigerian breweries.
A festival like this is the first time in Nigeria. It's something that has been done in several other cities all over the world. It is a major tourism attraction where it is done properly. And for us, we encourage such an initiative because it's not only good for the industry, it's also good for the state. It's an opportunity to bring people together in an atmosphere of friendship, in an atmosphere of enjoyment.
Part of the activities at the event include entertainment by a DJ, dance activities and lots more, including of course lots of food and drinks. It's a festive atmosphere as guests enjoy good music from the DJ while feasting on the meal and sipping on their beer.
I did not expect we had a beer festival here, first time here, and I did not expect that we have a lot of beer here, so it's good life here. People talk about very negative about Lagos, about Nigeria, but I would say just come here and see, it's good life here, so no worry.
Oh, I love it here. I have a very good time. I'm here now at the beer event and well, I'm enjoying my star beer. I like Lagos very much. It's a cosmopolitan city and there's a lot to do. So yeah, I enjoy it.
Events like this go a long way at improving the contribution of the tourism sector to the Nigerian economy. It's one sector economic analysts have described as untapped. Organizers say they will make this a yearly event, hoping to pull more crowd and bring more innovations in subsequent beer festivals.
There's been many record-breaking events in Lagos State, but never have this been done. It is the 50-feet suya stick. The Lagos Suya Carnival featured a 50-feet suya stick to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the state. In celebration of Lagos at 50, Kehinde Talabi launches the takeoff of the 50-feet suya stick, which seeks to give a global brand to the Nigerian meat-based chop by breaking the Guinness World Record as the longest stick.
There was not even suya in the Guinness Book of World Records. We approached Guinness Book of World Records and they told us we have to be on the kebab.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next number.
No, we can't be on the kebab. Suya is older than kebab.
We're starting again.
Suya has been around West
We're
Africa.
starting again. We have to put this on record.
Years.
We're starting again.
And they looked into it, they made their own research and they said, yes, you are right. I feel excited, I feel elated because it's our food.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in school, I used to eat this with bread, I could get bread.
Ladies and gentlemen,
For me, for us to promote it, to make it, to put a light on it makes me happy from the inside. And I'm so, like I said, I'm elated, I'm excited.
Talabi says he intends to make the carnival a yearly event.
This video will be taken for review and then they will get back to us. So once we pass this, and I know that every year my dream is to go further. We'll get like 2 million. The kebab record is about 2,000 feet or more. So we want to go higher than that.
The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission has arraigned Saadu Alanamu, a former nominee to the board of the agency, before a Kwara State High Court for 182 million naira fraud. Alanamu was one of the nominees of Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, but he was later dropped alongside Maimuna Aliyu after reports revealed they were being investigated for corruption by the commission. The Intergovernmental Action Against Money Laundering in West Africa has pledged to support the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission in its anti-corruption war. The Director General of the agency, Adama Coulibaly, also pledged to support the efforts of the Nigerian government to lift the suspension of the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit from the Egmont Group. While commending the EFCC for championing the anti-corruption crusade in Nigeria, Coulibaly said the agency's achievements were not only for the country, but for the African continent.
Corruption not in my country.
That was a very good business.
Yeah.
The furniture you brought was very perfect.
That's how we roll.
Because let me do you receipts.
Yeah. How much was it again?
1 million naira.
Okay, write 2.5.
The deal was for 1 million naira now.
Okay, write 3 million. I'll give you 500.
Oh no, I don't do business like that now. Yeah.
In that case, give me back my check. Let me go and look for someone that understand business.
Take.
Your loss.
It is only for incorruptible customers. What are you talking?
Now get out.
What kind of this?
You will just die.
No,
you will die.
That is the door. Now get out from here.
Rubbish.
Look, my people, make we not really add money for original invoice price. That's not corruption. Say no, not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Welcome back. It's time for business with Thelma Okoro.
Thanks, Fidelia. The Naira traded at 365 against the US dollar on Monday. The latest figure comes as the CBN revealed the foreign exchange reserves were up 1.52% from a month earlier to 32.16% by September 22nd. The bank did not provide a reason for the increase, which could be as a result of the rise in global oil prices and its own crude oil production here in the country. CBN has disbursed over $7 billion into the foreign exchange market in the last 4 months and has promised to sustain the interventions to keep the Naira stable. The Nigerian government is currently carrying out feasibility studies on the construction of 10 new standard gauge rail lines across the country. According to the Nigerian Railway Corporation, the standard gauge rail lines will cover a traveling distance of over 3,421 kilometers when completed. The various rail lines are expected to pass through Lagos, Oyo, Osun, Ogun State, Benin, Abuja, Kogi, Onitsha, and Sokoto, among other states. Oil price fell more than $1 a barrel to below $56 on Monday as a rise in U.S. drilling and higher OPEC output put the brakes on a rally that helped prices to register their biggest third-quarter gain in 13 years. Brent crude, the global benchmark, was down $1.02 at $55.77 per barrel, while U.S. crude was down $1.22 at $50.45 per barrel. Middle Eastern oil producers are concerned the price rise will only stir U.S. shale producers into more drilling and push prices lower again. Key OPEC producers consider a price above $60 as encouraging too much shale output. In February this year, oil industry sources say that Saudi Arabia would like to see oil around that $60 level. That's all on business. More stories coming up. Don't go away.
Corruption not in my country.
What is wrong with you? Man saying no. Tell them I drove for more than 1 hour.
Ìyá mi, ọ̀rọ̀ yín náà ni mò ń ṣe. Ọ̀rọ̀ yín náà ni mò ń ṣe. Ká kúrò fún Ọlọ́run. ká satisfy yín níbi ọ̀rọ̀ yín náà ni mo ń ṣe.
Ẹ wo jẹ́ ká lọ jàre.
Ẹ ká kúrò níbí báyìí.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má bínú. Hello ọ̀gá, màá dọ́dọ̀ yín lẹ́sẹ̀ yín. I am assure you 5 minutes màá dọ́dọ̀ yín ẹ gbà bẹ́ẹ̀.
You are deceiving another customer just like you deceived us.
The same way he deceived us.
Eh? Why?
Ètò ní iṣẹ́ yìí. Bó o bá kúrò ò lè jẹun, ò lè jẹun. Bó o bá kúrò ò lè jẹun ìyá mi. Bó o bá kúrò ò lè jẹun. Workshop mi leléyìí. Ibi tí èèyàn bá ti ń ṣe ló ti ń jẹ. Ìyẹn ló ń pè ní workshop. Ibi tó bá ti ń work ni kó má ti shop.
You cannot base your business on lies. Koda now, it is corruption and it cannot work. Not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Welcome back. At least 7 people have been killed in Cameroon's restive Anglophone belt over the weekend as a separatist group made a symbolic declaration of independence. The group chose October 1st, the anniversary of the official reunification of the Anglophone and Francophone parts of Cameroon, to declare independence for Ambazonia, the name of the states they want to create. Cameroon's long-serving President Paul Biya has condemned the violence, while the European Union called on all sides to be responsible and respect the rule of law and avoid any acts of violence. Police on Monday fired tear gas at opposition supporters in the Kenyan capital of Nairobi, who were calling for the dismissal of election officials over last month's annulled presidential election. In the capital, police fired rounds of tear gas over the course of several hours at small groups of protesters in at least 3 locations in the business district downtown. An election rerun is due to be held October 26th after the Supreme Court annulled the August 8th vote due to irregularities. On to sports now. Nigeria's under-20 women national team Falconet have qualified for the next round of FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifiers. The Falconet qualified after defeating Kenya 9-0 in a 2-legged qualifiers. They will face either Morocco or Senegal in the second round of qualifiers. The winners of both matches will then advance to the final round, where they slug it out for one of Africa's 2 slots at the Under-20 World Cup. Anthony Joshua wants the heavyweight division's competitiveness not to be written off as he prepares to continue writing his legacy. The IBF, WBA, and IBO champion defends his perfect 19-0 knockout record after Kubrat Pulev on October 28, with many expecting the Brits to run through the Bulgarian. The fight will be hosted at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff. Well, that's all on news now. Thanks for watching. I am Fidelia Aguncha.